Kelley.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining me. I can't wait to talk about this topic with you because it's something that I struggle with myself.
Oh, yeah.
So this is going to be really fun.
Good.
Yeah. We're going to start simple. What books are you currently reading, if any?
2 books, sort of investigating manifestation information right now, just as a side quest. So I'm reading You Are the Magic by Haley Hoffman Smith.
I've never heard of that.
And she just has a really beautiful look at life. And it's very positive, but also someone who struggled from depression and pulled herself out of it. So I'm always after the story where someone's like, no, I could take care of this. Look,
Yeah, me too. The story of overcoming, the hero's journey.
Yeah, right.
Okay, there were 2 books though. Is there another one?
The Richest Man in Babylon.
Ooh.
Yeah, I just heard about it on a podcast, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. It's old school, but it's just something that I'm like, oh.
Do you recommend it?
I don't know yet.
Okay, you haven't tried it.
I've only gotten a little bit in, so yeah.
Okay, so hard to tell.
Hard to tell. Haley's book is pretty good, though, I have to say. I'm a little more into that one.
Okay.
Yes.
Great advice for those of us that have time for reading and aren't reading other books.
Right? Or audiobooks.
Required books right now for me. Okay. Name something you genuinely cannot live without.
Chapstick.
Ooh, that's a good one. I
So
haven't heard that one yet.
I have in every pocket, every corner of my house.
I do too. I just never thought of that.
Yeah, I couldn't live without it.
Okay. If you could come back to Earth for 5 minutes after you die just to experience one last thing, what would it be?
Oh, makes me want to cry. Hug my kids.
Oh, how many children do you
I
have?
have 2.
Aww.
Yeah. I have a 24-year-old daughter and a 26-year-old son.
Wow, you got both.
I did. Yeah.
That's awesome. What an
they're
incredible
neat.
Experience.
It was. Is. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're raising them. I'm still raising mine.
Are you?
They're
How many kids do you have?
28.
Oh.
I
think they need you need your
always
parents
need
longer
us.
than I think the world led us to believe.
Ooh, that is wise. I think also in these current circumstances that they're needing us a lot more.
I agree. Sort of as a steady place to go to when it feels bumpy.
Yeah, exactly. If you could, okay, wait, I asked you, what are you naturally gifted at? Not what you're good at, but what feels like innate to you.
A lot of things, let me think. But specifically, I see details and know what to do with them. Really, I can manage them really well, so I can just sort of pattern, recognize what's happening, go through, recognize maybe if something's out of the pattern, and then instantly come up with a positive solution. It does not always work. I'm not saying that it's oh yeah, everything's easy, but so it's just sort of assessing a room, coming up with the vibe of what's happening, and then dealing with it.
I bet that comes very useful for sitting in front of someone.
Yeah. Energy matters, I think. Don't you think?
But the pattern recognition.
Absolutely. Yeah. Pattern recognition is a big thing. It's something, it's a trauma survivor skill, but nonetheless, let's turn that around and right.
It's very useful for me.
Right,
I know that.
You're right.
Yeah, it makes people very clear to me.
Right. Right.
It helps me understand them.
Right.
And isn't that the whole point of this?
I think so.
Yeah. What are you First of all, I have to go back to that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You said, I asked you, what are you naturally gifted at? And I loved, I just wanted to reflect this.
Okay.
You said many things. I was like,
Well, I teach that now with my clients, and I walk my talk too, is that we are never taught to embrace all of our good qualities.
Yeah.
We're really focused more on like shame, guilt, whatever, on the things that aren't working.
Yes.
And so what I teach my clients is you're not training to be a narcissist. This is really about, understanding who you are. What are your strengths? What are you amazing at? Because it's not going to be a ton of things. It's going to be a few things.
Yeah. Yes.
And then
I
you can
agree.
sort of own it.
I love that you own it. That's, I think,
I do now.
That's what I was thinking. Well, it was a journey, I'm
Always.
sure. Yeah,
Always.
but I love that. That I just wanted to point that out. I love
That's sweet. Thanks.
that you pointed that out. That you have many things that you are naturally gifted in. What are you passionate about right now in this season of your life?
I am passionate about helping high-functioning folks who have depression and anxiety and teaching them the skills to take care of themselves, like sorting through whatever narrative or current issues going on, but at the same time educating them with neuroscience, so it's like solid information.
Mm-hmm.
And then, sure, you can call me, forever if you need to, but also if you're out in the world by yourself, you need to know how to deal with this.
Yes.
Right? And I think that's something about high-functioning anxiety and depression that it's a hassle to have anxiety and depression, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for me too. And so
it can be pretty consuming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you lose sort of your spark.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
So I'm really passionate about that. I just completed a certification in neuro-linguistic programming, which sort of goes with all of the teaching I do in therapy.
Yeah.
And making folks more confident and stronger by themselves.
It's very effective. Your subconscious is completely running the show.
It is.
This keeps coming up in conversation
Does
the
it?
last couple of weeks.
It is.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that we are not consciously aware all the time, no matter how aware we might be.
Mm-hmm.
We're not consciously aware of all of this stuff.
No, and we have a lot of biases and something they call anchor thoughts, where you just hang on to this one thought and then you manage your life around that one belief.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you could pick any other belief you want,
mm-hmm.
but it's just that one. Right?
That's really crippling you.
Yep. So what I tell my clients is that, going down this road isn't a forever thing, but it's just like a few months of just deep exploration, and then it becomes habit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. What do you love doing more than anything else?
Sleep.
It's pretty awesome, I have to admit.
I really took it. I didn't sleep well for majority of my life.
Yeah.
And
you took it for granted? Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, I think so. And I also think when you're younger, you just, I always believed I'd be fine. You just sort of, I'm going to roll with it. I'll be good in the morning. No big deal. And then I had kids, and then I was a single mom with kids.
And you were a single parent.
And so you learn. Oh, okay. So you learn, like, if you don't go to bed within, 30 or 40 minutes after they do, it's going to be a rough morning for you.
Yes.
And so
it's
even
pretty
with the
hard
kids,
to steer that ship.
It totally is.
Yeah.
It's a rough morning. And so, I just learned to do that early on. And now I go to bed at like 8 and wake up at 4. And like,
ooh, you're an early riser.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice quiet mornings.
When I do it, it's amazing because by 8 a.m., I feel like I've accomplished the entire world.
Yep.
At the same time, by 8 a.m., I also feel like it's 3 p.m. because of how much I've done. And so it makes the rest of the day really long.
That's
for me.
true. That's true.
Because I am a night owl. There is just no two ways about it. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I come alive at about like 7 p.m.
Oh, that's so interesting. Do you have ADHD?
Do I? Oh, yes.
Okay, that's a really common thing with it. That's why I asked.
Yes, I am Audi for sure.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome.
Yeah, I had no idea, but...
No, it wasn't really diagnosed.
When we were little, no.
No.
No, it was just like, you're different.
Yeah. Stop doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Sit still. Mask. Can you mask?
Yeah. Pretend.
How great are you at masking?
Mm-hmm.
What makes you happiest in a way that surprises people?
I'm sure there's probably a few, but how giddy I get over gardening.
Ooh, I get giddy over gardening. What's not to get giddy over gardening?
Well, I don't know if people anticipate that like side of
From
me.
you?
I don't know. Maybe they don't. They usually
I
act
don't know you
surprised. But
well
yeah,
enough.
no, I love like gardening, and even if it's not food necessarily, it's like I'm into plants and the whole thing.
Me too. Especially flowers and things that
Yeah,
smell.
right.
Or pollinators like bees.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really obsessed with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you love doing as a child?
Reading. Oh my God. You know, we didn't have phones, tablets, internet for that matter. And it was back in the day where you were bored.
Yes.
I mean, a lot.
Yes.
And I literally went to my parents' bookshelves and just like, it was like, okay. And then mom bought the encyclopedia, you know, in the 70s.
Yep.
So I literally would read the encyclopedia just because I wanted to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a set. That's how you did the book report.
Exactly. It didn't matter if the information was 15
Yeah.
years old.
That was the information we had. I
Right.
joke around all the time. I'm like, I went to college at a school that had an enormous library. I was there in very early 90s, and most of the books from the 60s.
Right.
And we were still going off of that information. It fascinates me.
And finding them in a card catalog at that.
Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. What's a childhood memory you've never shared publicly?
Oh. I was abused as a kid. Yeah, I was physically abused as a kid. And it's, it's still sort of a deep breath because I didn't want to sort of own that. I'm good. I have a therapist. I don't want you to feel like, oh God. But I was abused as a kid. And I think I was afraid of owning it and sort of talking about it because it's so shameful.
Yes.
Right. And, but I've found in my work that clients end up, over the years, I've been doing it for 20 years now, tend to find you regardless of any words spoken.
Yep.
They kind of know.
They
right?
do.
And so I have a number of clients who've gone through the same things I have, and I've never talked about it out loud. So anyway, I think it's really powerful in that way.
Do you feel like it's helped heal you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think becoming the person I needed as a kid and as a young woman is so great. Like, it's like a life gift, I think. You know, there were certain milestones in life to meet, and getting my degree was one of them.
Yeah.
And then being able to watch growth happen with your clients.
Yes.
It's incredible.
It is.
It really is.
It really is. And also it probably makes you unflappable like me for hearing about certain types of trauma, and that creates safety in the room and presence in the room.
Yep.
Because I have a lot of empathy and compassion for what you're experiencing, because even if it isn't identical to my experience, at least I know what it feels like to sit
in that sadness.
In that. Yeah.
And then also to be an adult and have to still engage. And that was another one that, came up a lot last year, where you don't get a choice. You're part of a family and you need to play your part.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you for vulnerably sharing that.
Yeah.
What do your friends most appreciate about you?
Probably my humor or my honesty. I'm usually like, if you're going to call me, you're going to get the truth. So sometimes people don't call.
I have that problem too.
Yeah. Okay. They're like, oh, she's going to tell me what I don't want to hear. And then just, keeping finding things to laugh about in life together. Like, that's really fun.
Humor's so important, especially when we come from a background of abuse, because I don't know about you, but even, with the topic of high functioning with anxiety or depression, levity, feeling joy is so it's almost like it doesn't even occur to us.
It's foreign. It really is foreign. And then you feel weird trying to enjoy it or experiencing it. And you can repel it. Like I've been like, oh, I don't need that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Or why are you so happy? You'd be suspicious of other people's happiness or jealous of their happiness.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you didn't realize that was a way to be.
Yeah. Or that you can be that way.
Right. Right.
You're allowed.
Yeah. Seriously.
Okay. Well, you've touched on this. What was it like growing up in your family system?
Rough. I'm the oldest of three. My parents were 60s, they born in the 40s, but, come of age in the 60s. Dad was an Air Force Academy guy, and he ended up being an executive at airlines, United and a bunch of other smaller airlines. And then mom was the quintessential 60s wife, stayed home and did her bouffant hair regardless of what she was doing that day. And my parents were from the Depression, or their parents were from the Depression era. And so they didn't understand feelings. Like, it's something they didn't understand them. It's just that they didn't understand why I was having so many of them.
Yep. And trying to shut them down.
Right, because they actually had been shut down by their parents.
Yep.
And it's a generational, then we get into generational traumas.
That's right.
Right.
Our parents are the same age.
Yep. Yeah. So it was, it's rough. It was rough. I've cut my family off a number of times over the years, which has been really hard and painful, but also very necessary.
Yep.
And I see a lot of clients. I think as a therapist in this optimism, I wanted to believe that maybe something different would come out of the story the longer I was in it. And it doesn't. And what I've learned over the years is that from my clients, how bad it was.
Yeah.
Like they tell me stories. I'm like, oh, yeah, right. Forgot about that. Yep.
Oh, man, can I relate?
Yeah. So I've always been a big sister, that mom friend. Like if you get in trouble, I'm the girl you can call. Like even if we're not in the same friend group in high school, you can go talk to Kelley. She'll take care of it. So I guess I knew I was therapeutic early on to other people. But my family didn't want me being a therapist. It was like a whole thing to have feelings, let alone.
Oh, I didn't say my family understands it at all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're very suspicious of it because it makes them feel like I'm analyzing them, or I feel like I'm smarter than them, or
judging.
Yeah, that I'm judging them, or that I hate them because I just know too much now, or
Right. And you do have to accept that your inner peace and happiness does come at a cost sometimes.
It absolutely does. And it's not a decision made lightly. It's not like you all of a sudden decide, okay, I'm not going to talk to my family anymore. It's something that you've been thinking about for a very long time before you actually do it.
Yeah, it really is. It's never a knee jerk. And I love being able to forgive people. I always tell everyone, leave the door open.
Me too.
Yeah, right. I'm down for the forgiving. But I've learned to be strategic about that as well as I've gotten older, and really love my own peace and happiness that I've created for myself. So, but again, I think my history created me becoming a marriage and family therapist with a specialty in addictions and really understanding, like I get it. So, so thanks, family.
I know. I think the same thing. I mean, it has in some ways been such a gift only because we were able to, I think that's why we're here too, but we were able to traverse such a challenging upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's putting it mildly.
Mm-hmm.
And because we consistently did the work on ourselves, it has been our greatest gift. It could have been our greatest downfall. It absolutely could have taken us a different route. But you and I decided, out of everyone in our families probably.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There are no other therapists in my family.
No, we're the transitional character that way. You know,
Yes.
we basically said, okay, no more.
We're done with the generational.
I gotta do something different
Mm-hmm.
than what has been done before.
Yeah.
And now as I get older, I start to realize, like, what is the story that my mother's mother and grandmother and all of the women,
right.
what is the story that they told themselves that kind of has been handed down to all of us, and how am I repairing that? And then same thing with a story on my father's side, really looking at like how that framed how they raised children, but also how they dealt with emotions themselves and all of the relational wounds that they passed down.
Right. And they had their own like set of traumas that we don't necessarily have now.
Totally. I had never lived through a potato famine, and I'm really glad I haven't as of yet. I mean,
No.
to be determined. But in the meantime, I haven't lived through one, and I can't imagine what that would feel like, right? And so, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of compassion for what they experienced, and that I think all the time, like, they did what they knew.
Yeah.
Doesn't justify it, but they absolutely did what they knew.
And there was a lot of misogyny still in those days. And so
I mean, I think they invented it.
Well, yeah, I mean, enabling it, right?
The silent generation and the boomers have invented that. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And then that transferred into sort of our generation a little bit.
Well, we were just like a buffer zone.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, my daughter often tells me that I've broken the chain.
We were the umbrella.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So that other generations, I mean, I don't know that they see it that way. Hopefully they do in another maybe 10, 20 years. But we were the umbrella for the other generations to be softer and kinder.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And more aware.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I was even the baby of the family. I see my sisters as really the umbrella. They took the most of the abuse.
Mm-hmm. Right. And that is an oldest.
You were firstborn.
I did take most of it.
I know you did.
And then the memories are different too.
Absolutely.
Between
and
the
your
kids
parents were in a different place every single time they had kids. So that changes it too.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Like, say, what was going on by the time they just decided to have me, as opposed to what was going on when they chose to have my oldest sister. It was a very different time in their life. And they tried to do right by me. They were still fucked up, but they did a lot of things better. I got some things better because of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And some things worse. Yeah, because they didn't even... my dad doesn't believe in mental health, so
right. That's my family as well.
They wouldn't address what was so obvious, that all three of us had disorders of all kinds of things that they were not willing to
taking
address.
care of. Yep.
Yeah. That opened it up. Okay, what kinds of relationships did you witness as a child?
It was conditional.
Is it still?
No, not in my own personal life. It's not.
Yeah.
But if I was involved
with them,
yes, it's very
it
conditional.
Never changed.
No, it
neither.
just in different. It just came out in different ways. The more I evolved, they'd find something else.
Yep.
And it's just boring. I guess.
I don't want to play the game anymore.
I don't either. I'm tired of that. So,
did you go through the period in your 30s where you were still hopeful that you could change?
Oh my gosh.
That relationship?
Absolutely.
And then you had to go through the mourning of the fact that would just never happen. And then everyone around you wondering
Yeah.
Yeah. Like why you can't make it work?
Asking me, I've had a
Yeah.
number of people like, are you sure? Have you
Yes.
tried? I was like,
Yes.
buddy, I think about this every day.
Yeah, and I'm still trying.
I know.
I'm still trying, and I don't even call. I'm trying in my head just to
Yes.
maintain that connection in some way.
Right?
Trying
And I
to
think,
solve it, trying to remind myself why I should be reaching out occasionally when I do.
right. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It takes a lot of effort in me to remember that they should be important in the ways that they should be important, because there's so much between how they've treated me and what should have taken place, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That cognitive dissonance is haunting.
Yeah. And absolutely pervasive.
Right, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's
No, it
running
is.
as chatter in the background all the time. It's
Right.
like, you should call your dad. And it's like, okay, I need a reason to call. Like there's a whole protocol. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If you could change one thing about your parents or how you were raised, what would it be?
I would have told them to not try to be so ambitious so that they could have been with the kids more.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
And that must be been a generational thing. That's exactly what that was.
Yeah.
All my parents did was work towards more. Now, granted, I don't fault them. I was thinking this morning, like when they die, they put everything towards their retirement. And I won't have to worry about that more than likely for them.
Right. Right. That is the good side of it. But
Yeah.
also, I think you know, as a kid and now as a parent of adults, I look back at all the little sweet times that we had together.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a lot of that growing up.
No, I didn't either.
And so that definitely would be something like more dinners, more hanging out in the backyard or whatever it was that were like, didn't cost anything.
Yeah.
But everybody was
Too
just
stressed.
Yeah, exactly.
Too stretched and too stressed. I don't know how many
Right.
kids were in your family, but
There was 3 of us.
Yeah, same
And then
here.
my dad didn't live near us. And so I know. So we saw my dad, and it just depended on where he lived. So we'd fly either to Chicago or Denver or
no way.
LA, but like once a month, maybe every once to 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So it was a lot. And I became like a second parent, which is another reason I'm sure I don't get along with my brother and sister.
Sure you did.
Right?
You were a parentified child.
Yeah, right, right. All to make this amazing therapist.
Look at you now.
Look at me now.
Look at you. Cute. Looking back now as a therapist, what patterns do you see that you couldn't see then?
Probably my own capability. I don't think I knew how strong. It's not even strong. I just didn't know that I could work my way out of the stuck place that I felt when I was growing up.
Totally.
And yeah, I think it's probably that.
That's good insight. I absolutely did not know how strong I was. I don't think I realized that until like 5 years ago.
After, right?
I'm still learning how strong I am.
Yeah. Well, then there's the importance of that list, right? We have
Yeah.
to have it in the back of our head. Like, I am these things. You know, I do give love and empower other people. Those kinds of things.
Yeah. You describe yourself as a high-functioning gal with debilitating anxiety and depression. When did you first realize those two could coexist?
I think I've always had depression. It was just never called that. It was called What's Wrong with Kelley. And so I've had it my whole life since I was like 9, I can remember.
Is that something that someone in your family would say, or just implied?
Oh, no, it was like the theme in my family. What's wrong with Kelley?
What's wrong with Kelley?
Yeah.
Okay. So they were all trying to solve it with you.
Well, yeah. Or
Okay.
make me stop
Yeah.
doing that sad thing, whatever that was.
Yeah. Like, why,
Right,
yes. Why are you doing this again? Got
Yes, exactly. So I didn't realize what a hassle it was until I worked at Nike. And I worked in retail design on a team of people like architects, creative people, writers, and then I would sort of business manage all of it, make sure that we covered the legal aspects and all this stuff for Nike Towns. And I definitely had my moments where the anxiety or the depression was debilitating. And it came up out of nowhere. At least it seemed at that time it came up out of nowhere. Now you know.
Do you mind telling us approximately like what age you were at this time in your life?
30? No, late 20s.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's when it began. Okay, so keep going. I'm sorry.
That's when I think I felt, I was differentiated from the family at that point, right? I had moved, I'd gotten married, I had my own life now, and it was kind of like, oh, I can call this depression. It doesn't mean I want to sit in it or I like it, but I have a name and now I can treat it, right?
Good for you.
And so, I started going to therapy. Nike had some lovely benefits. And so, those kinds of things. And I just found it to be such a hassle because you're like, you've got this giddy up and you're go, do all these things. And then suddenly you cannot get out of bed.
Yeah.
And my depression and anxiety is more like the flu. Like I don't have all the outward emotions necessarily. My physical person shuts down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything that contributes to it or is like an origination point?
I'm sure there was. I think that there's a huge generational component of depression in my family.
Yes.
And if you do research in generational patterns, you recognize like there were a lot of alcoholics.
Yep.
Alcohol was what people did to deal with anxiety and depression.
Yep.
So I'm certain it was there. And then the female side of my family, I mean, they lost babies and, all this stuff. Husbands cheated and all these things. Like, wow, of course someone had some depression, right? Like someone.
Yeah.
So what I've turned it into, though, for me is that I just want to be able to take care of it and not have it be a hassle. But that's a holistic view. Right? Like sleeping, eating, exercising, all of that has to be a routine. And if I can keep that routine going, which is pretty easy, it's not a bad gig. Like I can deal with it. And it doesn't bite me in the ass. Right? But that means like I have to eat well.
Yeah, you
right?
have to create balance.
Right. Absolutely.
And coming from a family of chaos, you didn't know what balance even looked like.
No, I think I thought balance was me being a codependent and calming everything down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I got it. I can take care of that.
I'll just smooth all the wrinkles. It'll be fine. At the cost of me.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
I did that too. Yes.
Yeah. At the cost of me.
What did anxiety look like before you had language for it?
So many things.
Excuse me.
Anxiety for me, growing up until I realized what was going on, I would wake up every morning nauseous. Like I would feel like I was going to throw up. I didn't, but I would feel that way. So it was like a physical, holy God. And then getting through taking a shower and being hot, that just threw me. And so it was just like that stuff. I've never been able to drink. And so I think the anxiety has a lot to do with that. Irish girl who can't drink. But I think the anxiety and depression had something to do with my gut. And I still, it affected that.
Yeah. Fascinating.
The panic attacks were like out of nowhere. I would get the flu feeling.
Okay.
I'm like, I have to go to bed. Like I
So
can't.
sleep's always been your sanctuary.
Yeah.
It was for me too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't love my bed. I absolutely do.
No, it's just with boundaries now.
It still is.
Yeah.
What am I talking about?
Yeah. Just with boundaries. That's
Yeah. I get out of it now. That's what's important.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. And how did competence, caregiving, or humor become strategies for survival?
Well, again, I think I did a lot of those things. So other things weren't a hassle, and you learn to be efficient, for instance, right? With chaos, those kinds of things. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of drawing a blank on that one.
That's okay. Was there a moment when being capable stopped working?
Oh, yeah. That was when the depression took over. And it's only happened maybe 3 or 4 times in my life,
Okay.
but it's enough to, like, my world stops.
Yeah, what does that look like?
In bed,
Yeah.
barely eating,
Yeah.
like ruminating,
Yeah.
and usually it's between what I've noticed in later years, it's been between med switches. That's
Okay.
usually when that happens.
Interesting.
But, so overall, it doesn't happen in general.
Yeah, but it's a huge transition and your body's adjusting and
Yeah.
your
So,
nervous system
and
as
the
well.
longer you're down, the longer it takes to come back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I have been down for like a few weeks, and you just don't tell people, you just sort of do your life.
Fumble through it.
And then you're like, then you get back on the meds and the skills and all of that. But what I realized in my last really difficult depression was that all of the skills that I had, I was like, fuck my skills. Like, these do not work when you're feeling like this.
Yeah.
And so I've been a big proponent of holistic therapy in a sense of like, make sure you're taking care of your person too, because that doesn't work. Even if you're doing therapy and taking meds, if you don't take care of yourself.
Yeah, you can't logic your way out of depression.
No, that was not going to be a thing.
No, or anxiety. You can understand what contributes to it all you want.
Right.
Yeah, but it's in your body. Mm-hmm. It's somatically in your body.
Right. I also, since we've had legal cannabis in the state, I started using CBD.
Yeah, CBD's awesome.
And so I went off of
especially for anxiety.
Right. And so I use a tincture. I make my own tincture, and I use it every day to keep the anxiety down. And that got me off of a really heavy anti-anxiety med.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm all for the herbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So helpful.
You're very helpful. Well, that's why they're here. That's arguably why they grow in the ground. You're supposed to use them. Let's see. What finally made therapy feel necessary? Not interesting, but unavoidable.
For me to go, you mean?
Yeah.
I got married, and then we moved in together, and I moved to Portland. And all of a sudden, the flood of things that I hadn't dealt with my family of origin, right? And any memories I had of my parents were flooding back, and that wasn't going to be helpful.
Yep.
So it was really initially to be like stronger as a partner in my marriage, because I knew I had, dad situations that I needed to deal with and so forth. And so it became that. And then the second real big change when I decided to go back to therapy or go back to graduate school, my dad died. And I didn't know how to function, honestly. Like, it really was horrible. And
interesting.
And I was 32.
Did you expect that?
No. It was sudden. He had a heart attack. He was really healthy.
But did you expect that would have been your reaction? Because you hardly had a
well, you said right,
had a relationship,
but I think
with
it's more about my viewpoint. And
that's why I'm asking.
It was me, and losing a parental figure,
and never having the opportunity to get close to him.
I did for a few years at the end, and it was great, and I'm glad I forgave him. But there's a million things I don't know.
Yeah, because it stops short.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the opportunity to continue to have that relationship has been taken away.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then you have to decide, well, you don't have to, but I encourage people to decide what the passing means and what pieces you're going to take from that person and bring with you and celebrate. And so we do little goofy things like, a dive Mexican restaurant every once in a while, because my dad used to go and wear his suits. And he's like, let's go get some Mexican. It's awesome. So.
Okay. That's great advice. I You said you didn't believe in therapy, or you have said that you didn't believe in therapy until you needed it. What changed your mind?
I think it was more about my parents not being right, honestly. And that I think I knew there was more to this, right? Like I wasn't choosing it. And so I think that was really it, was me like really getting to the truth of the matter. Is really what it was, right? Because you want to belong to your family, you want to fit in and all of those things, but
I still do.
Right. Well, see,
I would love to fit in. Actually,
know.
no.
Yeah, maybe not that group.
I'm conflicted.
Yeah.
I want to belong somewhere. I don't necessarily want to belong to them sometimes.
Well, right.
Most of the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do, you want to belong, but also like you have to know at some point that it's just not, they don't see things the way you see things.
No.
And because you've been a tight-knit, seemingly tight-knit family, even with chaos, it never seems like it's going to like dissipate or fall apart or whatever, right? But when you get down to the brass tacks, those aren't the people that are going to be there for you.
Nope.
Right?
In certain ways, conditional ways.
Yeah, but I mean, I can find someone conditional any day of the week.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? Like
True.
that's boring.
Yeah. How did your need for empirical evidence and measurable outcomes shape the therapist you became?
It's huge. I couldn't go into therapy and talk into the abyss. Like I had a couple therapists like that where they just observe you. It's a little more psychodynamic. And I needed things to think about between sessions. I needed, a goal. Even if we're going to continue moving through life on this journey, it's like I need something stable to hold on to. And so that's where the neuroscience stuff started really coming in. And I was like, oh, okay, we can actually change the brain here. Like this is really going to be great. So I think it was that. I think it was also that because of the family dynamic and I don't know, their belief of my being a therapist or whatever, that I wanted to speak from facts. It wasn't necessarily the Kelley show or Kelley thought or whatever, but like I'm bringing this information and education to everyone, and it's the empirical truth, right? It's not about my opinion.
It can't be debated.
It's not debatable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming from a family that never believes you.
Right? Exactly.
What do you think people misunderstand about evidence-based work?
That's a good question. Misunderstand. I think people don't believe it works, is what I think. Like you would describe, a skill, for instance, and it sounds so easy, right? And then, but the key here is discipline and consistency. And if you don't have those, like, I think that's what people misunderstand. Like, and why a lot of people will read a book or see something on TikTok and go, oh yeah, I get it. I'm good. No, friend, you're not.
It's going to take a little more effort than that.
Yeah. I think they just misunderstand the discipline that it takes to make change, to create it.
Yeah. How do you hold both brain science and narrative without one eclipsing the other?
That's a very good question. I think there's sort of two approaches to it. Like it's like a yes and thing, right? I think the narrative is so powerful, and not even just in the initial description, but like as you go forward with your life, like your narrative is incredibly powerful. And that can also, with the right skills, do wonders. As far as overlap, I think what I do is I really focus in on the narrative so that we bring out the human and understand how is this human going to operate, like with this level of whatever they need to do. And then, like, what kind of skills are they going to do? Are they willing to do, right? Given who they are. So I think it's more that, like, getting to really understand their person, their story, their narrative, and then sort of creating the skills, like taking the empirical evidence skills and being creative with it so it can match them or meet them where they're at, right? Like sometimes people don't really have time to like do the positive thinking all the time. So I'll have clients, high functioning people, stick up positive sticky notes all over their house. Just do that. Yeah, just to, you know, move the needle a little bit. So yeah, I think it's important to hold both, but it's definitely a yes and.
A yes and. Talk about that a lot in the program. Where does humor fit into healing and where does it not belong?
Well, it doesn't belong in the trauma. I mean, in you know, the raw trauma and things like that. But I do believe that humor can heal. It does heal. And being able to laugh at yourself is a pretty important skill to have. And I incorporate it as part of just knowing yourself really well.
Yeah.
Right? And finding, I also think that a lot of depression and anxiety is absolutely ridiculous because of the way our brain thinks about things and comes up with these stories. I'm like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I do pull humor out in that way. Right?
Well, and I think sometimes that can lead to other people's misunderstanding of how serious it can be.
Yes. Right. Right.
Or not taking it serious enough. I find that the funniest people, comedians, every time I see a great comedian, I'm like, oh, I wonder what it was like to grow up in your family because...
Totally.
Yeah, because I feel like kids naturally are trying to solve the problem in their family.
Yeah.
And I find that the people that are so humorous were consistently trying to either entertain or distract from whatever was going on.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm not saying some of it isn't nature.
Oh, no. I mean, it's no mistake that majority of my family's funny,
yeah,
right?
Yes.
So, yeah. It came from the family for sure. And now I just use it to call out the ridiculousness of going through mental health fun.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay, you talk a lot about the power of hearing yourself tell your story out loud. What happens in that moment for people?
I feel like it's a biological switch. Like you're claiming something out loud and it becomes real. You know, it's and we're not taught to talk about that kind of stuff really, right? Or to say it out loud. It seems weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think knowing that narrative and being able to articulate it and then living it, like that's the greatest.
How do internal narratives keep people stuck even when they're doing all the right things?
Got to get off the self-hatred train.
Yep.
Right? And we've all done it, but also like you cannot stay there and grow. You have to let go. And I think that's another thing with clients too, is that you come to therapy, you want change, here's your skills, blah, blah, blah. You still have to undo the unhealthy things that you did before and call yourself on it.
Yeah.
You know?
Instead of normalizing it.
Right. Or making it a good, bad situation, you know?
What family roles do you most often see in your clients and which ones are hardest to loosen?
Family rules?
Yeah.
In my practice?
Yeah, like individuation.
Yeah, that's a good question. I would, actually, it's interesting you said that. I would say I have a lot of religious trauma.
You personally?
No, my clients, I'm sorry.
Yes. Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
um,
Don't worry.
No, there's a lot of religious trauma and
With the people that you work with.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, just definitely unexpected. Like I didn't anticipate that.
Yeah. What do you think that's about?
I don't know. I mean, how do these people know that I've been ostracized, or how do they know, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I treat it with love and grace. I think it's definitely one of, actually, there's two. There's that, and the other one is adult parents not letting their adult children differentiate.
Mm-hmm.
That is a huge problem.
Yep.
With almost all my clients.
Yep.
And it's really disappointing. I mean, we're both in that boat in a sense, right?
Yep.
Learning to let go and all that. But parents don't let them have their lives.
Yeah.
And then it becomes...
And they consistently interfere.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And then, boundaries become tense and not welcome.
Or not even adhered to,
right.
or responded to, or respected.
Yeah.
There's that, too.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we get into group dynamics, right? So, like, a family as a group.
Yes.
With that outlier is going to, make you feel bad that you're not part of our group. And we're going to, shame you and guilt you and all that.
Absolutely. Get on the train. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. How does codependency show up in people who don't identify with the word at all?
People pleasing, over helping. I speak for myself. Trying to prove your worth.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I'm like the queen of codependence. Like I've own it. But I also think codependency is a really great quality if once you've worked through it.
I totally agree. And I'm glad you're bringing that up. It has a bad stigma. And we
agree.
are codependent. We do need each other.
Right. Like this is a healthy thing, right?
Yeah.
And it's really more about being discerning with what you're able to give.
Yes.
Versus just giving it to everybody.
And I speak to my own history. For somebody who's coming from a family that lacks any boundaries or allows you to have them, of course, you're not able to discern what that is for a really long time, right?
Right. Right.
So you are codependent because you don't know what it's like to individuate. How can you know what it's like to individuate if your family never modeled individuation?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
It's very interesting. And, but yeah, I think that's one of the biggest problems for sure.
Yes, I agree. What's one sentence you hear clients say that tells you exactly where the work is?
Usually when they're telling me a story, they'll gloss over something really important. And so, I'll listen and then be like, hold up for just a second. Let's go back.
What did you just say? You got kidnapped?
Yeah, I know, right? It's usually more like an anchor thought.
We were listening yesterday. Sorry. We were in group supervision and we were listening to one of the clients and I was typing and all of a sudden I heard her say that and both me and my supervisor looked up and we were both like, did she just say she was kidnapped? Anyways, it reminded me of that. And just threw that out there in the middle of the session and we both just watched my cohort member go,
oh.
And yeah, either way.
Right?
Yeah, when someone just normalizes something in their story.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, it's no big deal. And you're like, why didn't you tell me 5 years ago when we started? Because it would have been a lot of, this makes so much sense.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, it's really interesting what people hold on to sometimes and don't tell you till later. But it's about them and being safe and comfortable.
And I think it's about rapport and trust. And that takes creating a foundation of safety, cultivating safety in the room so that someone for the first time feels safe enough to actually be able to share.
Yeah.
Maybe they've been holding on to that secret their entire life. And every time, I hope you don't mind that I'm calling you out, but you were talking about something about your life at one point, and I noticed that you jumped to take care of my facial affect.
Oh, interesting.
And so like I think when we're
yeah.
trying to protect certain parts of things that have happened to us, most of the time is because
Yes.
of other people's reactions to
That's
it.
a good
It's like if
point.
I ever told somebody that I laid in bed and couldn't get out of bed, like
Yeah.
most people see me as very high functioning. They'd be like, "Wait, what? You? Andrea?"
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, I mean, kidnapping aside, I think there's certain
true.
things that we've learned to like protect others from because
We've had to.
They can't handle the
No.
truth. They can't handle the truth.
That's funny.
Right? And
It's
so
true.
like that takes a while to either show up vulnerably with your partner or show up in the room with your therapist. And maybe that's the first time that people have even said it out loud.
Most of the time. Yeah. And I find men, not to be sexist, but men take
Absolutely
longer to reveal that stuff.
And
understandably.
And sometimes continue to hold it and not share that stuff.
Right.
Yeah. If we're going to generalize.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They feel like they have to hold it. I mean, I hope that we're evolving out of that, but
You're right.
Yeah.
This generation, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. I lost my spot. Oh, how do internal narratives keep people stuck even when they're doing... Wait, did I ask you that?
No.
Doing all the right things.
Yeah, the internal narrative pieces.
Yeah.
People don't realize like you have to get in your own way to make change, right? It's not just going to poof in your head.
I love that. You
know?
have to get in your own way to make change.
Yeah. You really have to call yourself out on it.
Someone asked me the other day, how do you think people change? I love that.
Yeah, and then it reveals like your readiness, the stages of change. Are you in? Are you out?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What family rules do you often most see in your clients, and which ones are the hardest to loosen? Did we talk about that too?
Oh, you did? I don't know if I answered that.
Am I repeating
No.
myself?
I don't think I answered that.
Okay.
Family rules, well, a lot of them is that we don't talk about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the work ends up being more with my client and loosening them up around what it is they need or want from parents that may not ever give it to them.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
And making them aware of like, you're still an amazing, strong person separate from that, right? Just because it was your family of origin and the rules don't match you, that you're still part of a family and you still, matter and so forth.
When do skills help, and when do they become another form of control?
Control for the client or for me?
For the client. Or if you want to talk about yourself.
Well, if clients haven't taken care of the medical part of depression or anxiety, like it's really hard to do any skills whatsoever. And I think there are a lot of people that don't want to take care of the medical or flat out have like their anchor thought is like, I don't need meds. Like meds are bad or whatever the thing is.
Yeah.
So I find that it's typically when like people haven't been on their medication or they're off their medication or they haven't been taking care of themselves or what have you, so that their brain isn't functioning well. Yeah, usually that.
It's good insight. How do you help people build confidence without building another performance layer?
Very good information. I do a series of neuroscience skills that bring people back to sort of their base. And it starts with their values and really understanding that, like writing them down, hanging them up somewhere. So
Value sort?
Exactly.
Yay,
So,
I'm starting to know things.
Yeah. It's so fun. So, starting with those things and and building on that, and then, making lists of, again, like things that you are great at, and just it builds on top of each other. But overall, it basically asks the client to look at themselves.
Yes.
Because I want them to feel strong without therapy too.
Mm-hmm. You offer both skills-based groups and processing groups. How do you help people know which they actually need?
There are probably, I wouldn't say two types, but there are, like, in general, there are people that want to talk about their feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And when they think of therapy or group therapy, they want to talk about their feelings. And then other people are like, we don't have to talk about our feelings here, right? And so it's on making.
Are you talking about anxious attachment versus avoidant attachment?
Exactly. Yes, I am. And you want to meet people where they're at. And so
I love that.
I keep it at a skills level, but also ask questions.
Yeah.
Skills questions that maybe move the needle a little bit with them.
More like DBT?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Or motivational interviewing?
Probably more motivational interviewing, because
Yeah.
I used to, before all of this, I studied addictions.
Yep.
And I
was in the addictions cohort. I meant to mention that.
Oh, you were?
I started in the addictions cohort.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, I switched out of it.
Oh, you did?
Because I didn't feel like I wanted to go into clinical work, and I didn't see myself using the CADC-1, and it was mostly for me to understand my own addiction and my family's addiction.
Right.
And so once I got a deeper awareness around that, even just after taking drugs, brain, and behavior, I was
right.
I think I got it. I think I'm
that was
pretty clear on what's going on.
Yeah. I thought I could do it. I cannot. It is not something I can do.
My nervous system can't handle it. I'm just being real.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's a trigger.
I have way too much countertransference.
Yes.
And it gets me, it destabilizes me.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not useful.
I'm not my best version. Like, I can't help people as well.
Exactly.
In those
exactly.
dynamics.
I like how you reframed that. Thank you. Thanks for making me feel better about it. What does measurable growth really look like beyond symptom reduction?
Well, my first thought is when clients are proud of themselves for whatever reason. It's not a big thing. It's usually like a giddy moment where people are like, yes, the symptoms going away is great, but also I got my piece of creativity back, or I am out in social circles again, or whatever the piece would be.
Or I had that big conversation that I've been dreading.
Yeah, right.
I actually got a job, or changed jobs because I've revalued myself. And
I've had clients actually like up and quit jobs.
So many women you work with are caregivers in one form or another. What does that do to their identity over time?
Probably, flattens it. I do believe it's really important to keep your own agency and person, even if you are a caregiver. We don't need more beige people in the world, right? We need your
vitality.
Exactly. Your magic, your spark, whatever that is. And it weighs heavy on people. I mean, I see it all the time.
Yeah, I agree. It shapes you.
Yeah.
Being of service.
Yes. And you do have to have really good boundaries, especially like if you're a caregiver and therapist, or,
Yeah. How do adult family dynamics keep people frozen in old roles?
If the family dynamic hasn't changed and the majority of the family still operating under the same rules, the likelihood that things are going to move and change or grow is really low.
Yeah.
Right? And so I encourage clients to, individuate, differentiate, all the things, and celebrate themselves separate from their family of origin. Even if it's not ideally, that's not what they want necessarily, but you cannot get a system of people to change. And if they want to misunderstand you, they're going to. They want to, So.
And you can't change their mind.
No, you can't.
What do women often grieve that they don't realize they're grieving?
I don't know. I mean, there's probably a bunch of things, but probably like sense of self. I think that's a big one, because it's a blurry line, becoming a parent or caregiver or what have you.
Or a partner.
Yeah, or partner, right, depending on the dynamics. It's
or a career woman.
Right. Absolutely.
What truths about family loyalty and obligation are hardest for people to accept?
Probably that it's not going to change. Really, I think that's the biggest one.
I agree. Boy, do I agree. And in addition, the people around you can't accept it either.
Right. Yeah.
What part of yourself are you still actively working on healing?
What am I? It's always work, isn't it? I have a thing about being seen. Like, I like to be in the background and make sure things are great and I can take care of people and do my thing. But as far as being out there and being seen, here, all of that, here we are healing.
It's a challenge.
Yeah. It's just not a comfortable thing for me.
Yeah.
And I think with my family dynamics, there have been some really difficult things that they've done that have gotten in the way of me being seen.
Yes.
And so it's a really important one.
Do you feel like NLP has been really useful?
Yes, absolutely.
Tell us more for anybody who isn't familiar with NLP.
Yeah.
Yeah, what that looks like.
It's another level of basically calling yourself on things, right? But training your brain to think what you want it to think, because your brain doesn't know anything different, right? So, and I don't want it to be like positive thinking kind of stuff, but it's more about the core beliefs that are true about you. If you repeat those over and over, that's what's in your brain, right? You've made a pathway. And so new brain synapses are what I'm after, really, I don't know if that answered it.
Yeah. I was just reading something while I was waiting for you on Instagram Threads about how they're releasing a tremendous amount of work around psilocybin and how that is impacting people's neural pathways.
Opening them up in a way. And
Building
that's
new
the thing,
ones.
right? So it's, we have, like, we can do that through a substance.
Yes.
Right? Or meditation, but again, it's really about being consistent with something long enough that you're going to see the change.
Back to the consistency.
Exactly.
What old ideas about yourself are you outgrowing right now?
I think I'm just done with the I can't. It's just like
Do you feel like that's just part of our age?
It might be. It might be. I also feel like, this is, you're towards the end of life, not really close, but close enough to think about it. And I just, it's sort of like not giving a fuck sometimes.
Oh, I so don't give a fuck.
And what I do, right?
And that, if you had asked me 25 years ago, that probably would have made me cry.
I know. How could I have gone out in the world and not cared?
Totally. I couldn't even leave the house in sweats. I was worried about what people thought, and they had to have like my makeup on, and
Absolutely.
look perfect on the outside, even though I was dying on the inside.
Oh my God. No, it's a really glorious sort of place to be. And
Yeah.
I think I got tired of like, if this doesn't happen, I'm not going to be able to take care of it, or I can't do that, or what have you. And unfortunately and fortunately, I've proved myself wrong. I
Yes.
can do all those things, and I have
Yes.
done those things.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Sometimes at the cost of you, but you have. Okay, so what is Miss Making Space for?
What is what?
What is this growth? Old ideas about yourself that you're outgrowing and parts of yourself that you're actively working on. What's that making space for now?
Well, creativity always comes back, right? It just floods. And so now I feel like I'm equipped with these like NLP skills, but like let's creatively interject them into the client's therapy, and in a fun way that they can grasp it too, because some of the stuff is dry and boring.
What is it making space for in you?
The creativity to be a better therapist, for sure. It's creating space. I'm not as heavy. That's the goal, or not the goal. The beauty of it is I don't carry a lot with me now, right? I've compartmentalized. I've done the work, and so for me, this gives me more brain space. Like if you're looking, like if your life is a pie chart, I've just taken things out that don't match who I am.
Ah, I love that.
Yeah, and so I've got more space to, what is it like to every single day walk in nature in the morning, right? Like those are the things that I'm after at this point. I'm like doing little science experiments.
Yes. How do you lead yourself when you're anxious or overwhelmed?
A lot of breathing. If I have a moment to lay down and like literally take a 20-minute nap, I will. I really try to stay pretty grounded and chill most of the time, so it's not like a thing that I have to wrestle with necessarily. And then I think at this age too is just owning it, like if I'm nervous or silly or goofy or I don't know something, I think it's so great to own it now instead of being afraid of admitting that.
When you're 90 years old, what do you hope you stood for, gave, or protected?
I hope I have taught young people, including my own, that your path is yours, that you are not stuck, that you're not defined by your mental illness, and that both can exist, and you can be really successful even if you do have it. It's not going to it doesn't have to slow you down, so to speak. And I guess it's about empowering themselves, right? Like I hope I've left a bunch of people in this world able to empower themselves and believe in themselves, right? Like that would be amazing.
Yeah. It feels like your purpose.
Right, right.
What's one topic you could talk about for hours without getting tired?
Besides my kids,
Aww.
yeah, no, they're cool. Probably, it would be my kids. I'm trying to filter out the boredom factors of the listener. You
don't have to protect us.
Okay. But definitely I would say my kids, and then I'm just a nerd about therapy. Like I research every day about something or multiple things.
I think that's just being a trauma survivor.
Probably, right? Just to understand and have a better grasp.
I've spent my entire adult life trying to understand.
Yeah.
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 I'm with you on that. What's something you've changed your mind about, and what allowed that shift?
What have I changed my mind about? I feel like I've changed my mind a lot before, so it hasn't been like a recent thing. Probably the power of story or narrative. I don't know that I mean, I knew I respected it, but not to the degree I do now as a therapist. So, yeah, people having their own narrative.
And you not needing to shift that narrative, or you needing to help them see that narrative?
Helping them to see it.
Okay.
Yeah. Asking the right questions, sort of guiding them down thought patterns, or questioning negative patterns, whatever it is.
Yep. What's a social issue you care deeply about and why?
Do I need to pick one?
No.
I'm kidding.
Probably like the overriding
the
one.
world's on fire.
I know.
Just damn, right?
I mean, every time I do this podcast, which isn't super often, admittedly, but every time I sit down in this chair with someone, I'm just like, wow, we are living in a time. And then 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, I'm like, wow, we are really living in a time.
We didn't know it was that bad, but now,
Yes.
every day. Gosh, I'm passionate about so many things.
Tell us.
Planned Parenthood has always been a passion, or like reproductive rights. That's where I started doing therapy. Like that was my first therapy job. And so reproductive rights has always been a really important piece of that. And
me too.
Yeah. So that, and I've worked at a couple of clinics to support it.
Yes, it is. Our own freedom are so important. I feel like we're consistently fighting for them. What do you wish people talked about more honestly?
Their vulnerabilities.
What do you love most about yourself today?
That I'm doing great despite all of it. That I've not only taken any of the difficult times and pain, but turned it into not just me being positive and joyful, but I'm able to give that to other people and share enough of that they grow too. Like, that's what I'm proud of. Like, I can do it. I can take care of it.
What are you willing to fight for?
My freedom. I mean, I know that's a big thing, but like just emotional freedom, mental freedom, like those even day-to-day freedoms. I think it's important to have autonomy. And I think we need more people to celebrate themselves, right?
What values guide your work when there's no clear answer?
Patience, and the commitment to, I guess it's like the commitment to knowing you can work it out and through it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, just knowing that it's going to happen, but values, consistency probably too.
What's one thing you don't think you'll ever change your mind about?
I'm thinking of all of these absurd things. There's a lot, but they don't have anything to do with this. So something I won't change my mind about. Oh, everybody needs therapy. I will never change my mind about that. Everybody could use a version of therapy.
I totally agree. Imagine what a world this would be if everyone was working on their childhood.
Right? If it was like a thing people did and they didn't carry on I mean, I wouldn't have a job.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have a job.
Well, Would that be the case, or would we have a job still because people were working on themselves?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
It would be less stigmatized
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
we were
that's
doing
true.
what we're doing.
Yeah, it's
we
true.
wouldn't be an act of rebellion.
I know. The secret.
How do you personally practice loving everything, including the parts of life that resist fixing?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. Wait, repeat that for me.
I said, how do you personally practice loving everything, including the parts of life that resist fixing?
Radical acceptance. A lot of just like, oh, okay, well, how about that? That's a situation that we're not excited or we don't want to deal with or what have you. I really try to stay on with margins of like more positive than negative.
Uh-huh.
And so when something difficult presents itself, I like to be like, hey, we're in the positive group. You can come over here and we're going to like work it out here so that I don't get dragged down by the negative pieces.
Yeah.
It's an active effort though,
Of
mentally
course.
to do that. But yeah, if you know something, isn't going to change, I feel like you can hold space for it, you can love it and keep it safe. But other than that, that's pretty much all you can do, And then for my own life, like I actively focus on the things that I love and care about. So, every night I go to sleep and I feel good about that.
Mm-hmm. And I actively also love the things that I'm not proud of or can't figure out a way to
Yes.
change. And I think I am going to reflect back that we see that similarly in the sense of holding or modeling to others to love the parts of themselves that they haven't figured out or keeps showing up. Or
I agree. I think that's another one that people hold a lot of shame and guilt about.
Yeah.
And
like we're all supposed to be perfect or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I work with this a lot, not in addictions, but there are folks that still have difficulties with substances and so forth.
And a lot of shame.
There is a lot of shame and
Yeah.
guilt. But what I talk to them about, I used to be a gambling counselor.
Oh, wow.
I know, I don't gamble, but it was a really good way to learn about the brain.
Yes.
And motivation.
Yes. And avoidant attachment style.
Yeah. Right.
Because the two are very intricately linked.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Same
Absolutely.
dopamine hit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely.
What would you want someone listening who is high functioning and quietly struggling to hear today?
You can totally get out of it. Absolutely. You can. It's scary and it's overwhelming. And once you just accept that's part of it, that first reach out to help, you can totally do it.
Yeah. A lot of times it does take help. And it takes being in a place that you feel secure enough. You can't have tremendous amount of chaos going on.
Right.
In order to be ready to really tackle the big things. Otherwise, you're just tackling the chaos. I think that's a lot of what's going on right now in the world. We're so overwhelmed with chaos.
Yes. It's hard.
We're being pelted.
Every day, every morning.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
Yeah. And throughout the day.
Yeah, that's true. Throughout the day, we do get some lovely bits of information. It is a really difficult time to exist. And, I do try to hold on to that piece of you can care about all of that and you can do what you can, whatever that means. And also, you still are deserving of joy, right? You can still laugh. And
it is an act of rebellion.
Yes, right. They don't want us to be smiling and happy. And,
no.
And granted, we're not
we're
about the things.
We're a lot easier to control if
Right?
If there's no future and it's futile and I can't change anything and I buy into
Yes.
the story that it's always going to be like this, and
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm way easier to coerce.
Yeah, it's like all or nothing thinking, you
Yeah.
know? And when people give up on, I don't know, the autonomy, they go after the groupthink.
Yeah. And it's so empowering right now. I mean, I think there's maybe some guilt around people feeling okay.
There definitely is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I run into that a lot with clients.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of things that we can't control right now. There's a lot of things that we get blamed for from other countries that we should be doing a better job. And there's a lot of guilt and shame about what we should be doing or what we haven't done in this country to be able to change things right now. And yeah, I think trying to even celebrate the fact that you have children that you adore that make you smile is an act of rebellion right now, because again, it's so easy to focus on what is not working.
Yep. Yeah. I feel like you definitely have to compartmentalize that.
Yeah. What feels most alive in your work right now?
My clients are just excited. Like, they take notes and they feel alive right now. I don't know if that
I feel like they're
makes
carrying me
sense.
through this, to be completely honest with you. Not like they're literally carrying me through this, but like we're championing each other on.
Well, I tell them I'm like your conduit to happiness. Like, just, I'm going to help you through this and then you're going to be awesome at the end. But if you need me, I'm here, that kind of thing. But I hearing the joy in their voice, or the, oh yeah, okay, that moment is so beautiful.
Yeah, the teachable moment.
The teachable moment. So it's not always like that.
No.
Certainly.
There are
But
some days that you're like, am I helping you?
yeah, I know, right? Did we do anything today?
Is this useful?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I get it too. But I'm excited for them, right?
Me too.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. It's such an honor.
Oh, you're welcome. It was wonderful
Yeah.
getting to know like how you go about your practice and how you work with others, and also just how you think too, and like all of the things that contributed to that. So thank you for sharing.
Absolutely.
It.
Yeah.
Yeah.